at the foundry today, just outside the foundry, Cast Limited, and it's on Brown Street near the Coombe in Dublin. We're just going to have a look at how the piece is progressing, how the Dearcán nDaoine, the Acorn, is progressing. All the 4 sections have now been made, and it's all slowly going through the process in the foundry. So we're going to look at the wax process, the dipping and the ceramic shell, and then we're going to also look at a pour, the pouring of the hot metal into the shell, and then the breaking out of the bronze from that. I would have delivered the mould. This is a silicone mould that we would have cast down in Carlow and delivered it here to the foundry, and Ian is now painting the whole thing. This is a quarter of the Acorn in wax to a thickness of about 8 mil. Then Ian puts on these sprues that give it strength and also allow, this is for feeding in the molten metal. The wax is fantastic for picking up all the detail from the original work that was made in clay and pencils. What I find fascinating is that it's a process that hasn't really changed. Before now it's all preparation, and now this is where the actual piece is being realised.
This is one section of the 3rd quarter, and we're dipping it in a material called ceramic shell, which is a liquid material that sets on the wax and picks up all the minute details. And we will dip this about 8 or 10 times. Each time we dip it, about 1 millimetre of ceramic shell remains, so you're building up a thickness to about 12 millimetres all over. And at that stage we have the complete ceramic shell. When the wax is burnt out of the shell completely, these will be hollow channels, and that's where the bronze will run down and fill the empty space with bronze. So this wax will eventually be lost and replaced with bronze. So I'm going to leave that to drain. You know, the pure silica, which will adhere to or stick to the ceramic shell, and that will build up another 1.5 or, yeah, about 1 mil, 1.5 mil. And if every time you dip that, you do this, and that builds up the thickness. And the shell thickness ends up at about 12 millimetres, about a half an inch of solid shell all around that wax. The whole casting process, if you like, you can divide it in 2 stages. There's all the preparatory work. The artist brings the model in, we make the moulds, we make the wax, we make the ceramic shell, we burn that out and we're ready. So you're at the point now where you're just about, and that's what casting is all about. It's the moment when the piece of art is realised in bronze. Prior to that it's been an idea or it's been in something else. Despite all the preparation and professionalism and all the attention to detail, if the pouring itself, first of all you have the metal must be melted to the correct temperature for pouring, and then the mould, the ceramic shell mould or sand mould which is going to receive that metal has to also be at a correct temperature. So there's a lot of care required at that particular time. We pour every second day, sometimes we pour every day, but every second day. So normally I would be here very early and have it on. It's about 2.5 hours to melt 100 kilos of bronze in a pot, which is what we've done there. And we might do that 4 or 5 times a day. That one that we poured there earlier, you could work on that in the afternoon, you could knock off the shell and get going on the cast, but we normally cast everything in a day, open everything the next day, give everything time to settle and cool and recover ourselves from the strain of it all, and come back the next day and open them all up and get working on them. And at that stage they leave this side of the foundry, which is all about wax and mould making and ceramic shell, and they go over here, which is all about metal finishing and welding and grinding and ultimately patination of colour. So there are kind of 2 areas to the whole process.
I'm really pleased and feel it's really coming together. And as you can see, it's quite a complex process and quite a lot is involved, but it's very highly skilled, and as you can see they're doing a very good job, and the whole thing is kind of marrying together. The next couple of months will be revealing, but so far I'm very happy with the quality of the castings and the delivery from the wax.